actually.
Well, the Blues pick up a hard-earned point in their final game out in Southern California this week as they fall in overtime to the Kings by a score of 2-1. And so the Blues don't get the season series sweep against the Kings, with LA coming out on top at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. As we welcome inside our studios here in St. Louis, and the first to look for KMOV Studios, Hall of Famer Bernie Federko, Andy Strickland, Joy Vitale, and Scott Warmann with you. Kind of touched on it, guys, during the second intermission, Bern, is the fact that Blues have been playing a lot of hockey here over the last week, plus 3 games in 8 days against the Los Angeles Kings, but 5 games overall in 8 days, back-to-back. And for a while there, especially in the first period, it kind of looked like the Kings were the team that played last night instead of the Blues.
I would agree. You know, the Kings did play better than the Blues did in the third period. But overall, I mean, when you consider the Blues played last night in Anaheim, they got a big 2 points last night. You got the road trip so far. I mean, they're 1-1 now on this road trip. I mean, it's pretty impressive. I mean, they're 2-1 on the road trip, which is very impressive for a team that really, I think, has really found it and put it together. So I think this is going to be a really important point. I mean, the Blues keep trying to look for that playoff spot right now, and I think this point, when you're not losing in regulation, I think this is really a big point.
Well, I was going to say, too, and to Bernie's point, you know, this is a pretty gutsy effort, and, you know, you think about how this was a tight game, and I go back to the fact that, yeah, you got your backup goal, yeah, it's a back-to-back game, it's been a lot of hockey, you think your back's against the wall, you're kind of pushed in a corner, not to mention no Colton Federko, no Cam Fowler, you're missing 2 of your best defensemen. You know, it's almost that reverse psychology as a team where, you know you don't have the cushion of top players. You don't have the cushion of Jordan Binnington at the net. And what does that do? It actually brings everyone's game up, because you can't play that B+ game. You need that AA- type of game, because everyone's got to be pitching in, because you just don't have that wall behind you. You don't have that player that's going to save you at the end of the day, Scotty. And that's why I think the Blues came out tonight, and they actually played a very tight defensive game. You know, not all that many chances offensively, but at the end of the day, you are able to salvage that 1 point, which could be coming up very big here when you look at the middle of March.
It really is, Andy, a great point when you're talking about Federko, and now, of course, tonight, as we find out, Fowler out as well. Other guys have to step up.
Hey, this is where the experience comes in handy, right? And the Blues have a ton of it. We've talked about it all season long, especially on the back end. When you had Justin Falk, who had a good game tonight. Nick Leddy obviously had one of his best games that he's had in quite some time. Scores a goal for... I think John Kelly reminded all of us how long it's been since the last time he scored. But Ryan Suter, too. You know, I mean, Suter's a guy...